so much. Good evening, New York. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Well, we have three fantastic comedians for you this evening. Before we start, I wanted to say this. A few months ago, I went to Australia for the first time, and it's a beautiful country. You know, amazing beaches, fantastic weather, koalas, everything you need in a land. The only problem is that as a British person, you are forced to confront the idiocy of your ancestors. Because you may not be aware, but Australia was a British prison colony. It's where we sent our criminals. Think through the logic of what I'm telling you. We sent our criminals to somewhere that was nicer than where we lived. When clearly what we should have done is built huge fences around Britain and said, you all stay here, we're leaving. Just imagine how confused that first convict must have been as he stepped off that prison ship onto the beautiful sandy beach, looked up at the glorious sunshine, saw a fucking koala, and thought, this must be a joke. We are all going to get shot in the head right now, right? Because if this is real, no one is this fucking stupid. As a criminal, I've just learned the opposite of my lesson. I will say this about Australia. It is the most comfortably racist country I've ever been to. Not the most racist, New York, relax. Not that. Not the most racist country, just the most comfortable in their racism. They've really settled into their bigotry like an old suspicious slipper. Because everywhere I went in Australia, I started to hear the same thing. Just people saying, you know what we got a problem with here, John? Bloody lebos. Bloody lebos everywhere here, John. Coming over here, these lebos. Bringing their lebo families over here. We got a huge lebo problem, John. Lebos here, lebos there. We got lebos everywhere. And eventually I had to say, I'm going to have to stop you. At the risk of seeming like a fool, what is a lebo? And they said, are you kidding me? Bloody Lebanese. Who the fuck has a problem with Lebanese people? That is almost impressively specific. That's like saying, you know who I can't stand? Sri Lankans. Malaysians, lovely people. Bangladeshis, the best. Sri Lankans, fuck them, they know what they've done. That is so specific. I don't actually think it's racism anymore, it's just a flawed argument. Also, how many Lebanese people can there be in Australia to necessitate there being a perceived problem? There are only 4 million Lebanese people in fucking Lebanon. I did very nearly have a life-changing experience in Australia, though. I was on a sheep farm at one point, and the farmer, he said to me one evening, he said, do you want to help me get the sheep in? And I said, yes. Yes, I would love to help you get the sheep in. That is something I would very much enjoy. So we did it together. The sun was going down, there was a golden glow everywhere, and the sheep were kicking up dust, making it feel even more magical, and I was getting the sheep into where they were supposed to go. And I thought, I could do this. I could be a sheep farmer. I could be happy doing this. And then I went back over to the farmer once I was done, and I said, did I do all right, Jack? Did I do all right with the tell me how well I did with the sheep, Jack. And he was a big man. He was handsome and charismatic. He had a craggy, lived-in, dusty face. In a good way, I mean that as a compliment. I realise it sounded grotesque. He was big. Every time he put his arm around me, I felt small and safe. And I said to him, how did I do with the sheep? And he looked at me with kindness in his eyes, and he said, you were less good than a dog. And that's not the answer I was looking for in that moment. To be honest, that's not the answer that anyone is looking for. No one wants to be compared unfavourably with a dog, unless the category they're being compared in is eating out of a bowl or shitting in the street. Those are the only two categories where you give the dog the W. They were favourite going into that contest. Stick around, we'll be right back after this. Please keep that going and welcome the fantastic Joe Mandy!
Thank you. How about John Oliver, right? Oh, man, New York, it's great to be here. It's lovely to stand in front of a neon swastika. That's pretty cool. Very comforting. It is great to be back. I used to live in New York for years, and I had to move to LA last year. And I miss New York very much. I was thinking about it recently, and I realized the thing I miss most about living in New York City are the bodegas. A lot of people don't know what bodegas are. Oh, well, they're on every corner in New York City. They're a lot like a convenience store, like a 24-hour 7-Eleven, but much smaller and filthy. Filthy. And all they sell are like plantains, Jesus candles, you know? You know, the essentials. But they are convenient. They're open all night. One time I went into my neighborhood bodega. It was like 3 a.m. I was very drunk or high. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is if my mom saw me, she would be very sad and disappointed in me. It's 3 a.m. Very drunk and high. I walked over. I grabbed a bag of Goya brand potato chips or whatever they sell there. And I start walking towards the cash register. I made like 3 steps, and then out of nowhere, I suddenly heard the worst noise I'd ever heard in my life. It was just this awful, high-pitched, screeching sound. I thought it was like an alarm or something, and I start looking around to see if I can turn the alarm off. Eventually, I glanced down, and that's when I noticed I was standing on a cat. Right? So I lift my leg up, the cat ran away, and I was like, I'm sorry, bodega cat. Then, I started looking around to see if anyone heard the noise over the reggaeton blasting on the radio. Then I look at the counter, and the store owner is glaring at me. He saw the whole thing, and he was furious. As he should be. I was standing on his cat for so long. I was like, Senor, question. Pregunta. Una pregunta. ¿Por qué gato? Man. Why the fuck you have a gato running around? Your trabajo. But I live in LA now. I was in a parking lot in Glendale, California last weekend, just hanging out. And this old woman came up to me holding one of those disposable cameras. And she was like, excuse me, sir, can you tell me where I can get this film developed? And I was like, I don't know, the past? If you met a person 20 years ago who developed their photographs the way people maintain an Instagram account today, like that person would go to a mental hospital. Like if you met a girl in 1993 and she brought you back to her place and she was like, can I show you some photographs? And you're like, yeah, sure, go nuts. And she was like, okay. And she pulls up like 15 photo albums. lines them up on a table, and she's just like, okay, here we go. That's my face, 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 that's my ooh, that's my cat, 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 that's my brunch, 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 face, 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 cat, 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 nails, 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 nails. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You'd be like, cool, nice meeting you. And then you go run and page 911 or whatever people did 20 years ago. Well, that's my time. Thanks so much, guys.
Joe Mandy, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Mandy, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, and please keep it going for the wonderful Jamie Lee!
Hello! Hi, everybody! Give it up for you and John! Oh, man, we are doing this. Hello. You guys been drinking? Are you guys big drinkers? Anybody? Okay. I mean, I don't mean to judge you guys, but I only drink when it's a special occasion, you know, like when it's someone's birthday on Facebook. But, thanks, I keep it very classy. I really am like a huge lightweight. Like, I can't drink a lot. I cannot, because like if I have one drink, I swear I'll just do something super klutzy, like stub my toe, the camel one. And it's just not worth the risk, you know? But I feel like at every bar, there's always like that one overconfident guy who has to like swoop in and try to talk to you. He's always like 70 years old. And he has like one of those like long cascading gray sex commune ponytails. And like a bolo tie and a lazy eye. And he's like, oh, hey little lady, what's your sign? You're like, yield. And he just keeps going. He's like, oh, cool, I'm a Cancer. I'm like, I know. Everyone knows you are a Cancer. You are a social melanoma. Go away. It's okay. I did the ultimate drinking experience this year. I went to the St. Patrick's Day parade. A lot of like Irish guys being like, oh, kiss me, I'm Irish. I'm like, don't touch me, I'm Jewish. I really don't like Jewish stereotypes, though. I hate people, you know, a lot of people think Jews come from money. I don't come from money, unless I sit on an upright roll of quarters, and then it's... I know, right? It's like, that was my laundry money, you know? Still is. But I'm starting to be an adult. I don't live with my old roommate anymore. That's nice. She was very passive-aggressive, you guys. She would always, like, leave me notes to tell me things. It's like, just say it to my face that you're committing suicide. You know, like, I can't, right? It's like, stop it with the Post-it notes, Kelly. Very frustrating. No, don't worry, she's actually like the most confident person I've ever met. Like, she's super arrogant. She always refers to her breasts as the twins, which I think is funny because I've seen the twins and they're fraternal. I'm like, I don't know if the left one is from the same father, if we're gonna keep going with this familial metaphor. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, the left one's Asian. It's crazy. But, I don't know. I guess I'm not like a very sexual person. You know, she's very sexual. I feel bad. Like, I'm actually conservative. I don't talk at all during sex because my mom always said, you know, never talk to strangers. Thank you guys. I'm Jamie Lee. Thanks so much.
Jamie Lee, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. We'll be right back after this. show. And please keep it going for the truly magnificent W. Kamau Bell.
What's up? Thank you. How you doing? I'll start. I have a mixed race kid. Anybody have a mixed race kid or is a mixed race kid by applause? Thank you, all four of you. Sweet. You gotta get a mixed race kid, everybody. That is the thing to have. It's like having the new phone. It's awesome. A mixed race kid is like walking around with a conversation starter, whether you want to have the conversation or not. You know what I'm talking about? Look at her, look at her, look at you, look at her, look at her, look at her, look at you, look at her, look at you. Look at her, look at her, look at her, look at her, look at her. Oh, she's so, I don't even like black people, but look at this right here. It's so weird, I usually hate them. It's awesome, it's awesome. Weird thing about having a mixed race kid, and I don't know if people know this, people who have mixed race kids know this, mixed race kids never look like their parents, but they all kind of look like each other. I don't know if that's God's sense of humor or Darwin's last rule. I don't know what it is. It just makes it weird when I go to the playground with my daughter, like, because when we moved out here, we just moved to town, me and my wife, my daughter, and we had a mixed race kid, and people are like, you have a mixed race kid, you gotta go to Brooklyn, that's the home of mixed race children. Exactly. So we go to the playground in Brooklyn, and I let my daughter go play, and I turn around, and all mixed race kids kind of look like each other, and I look back and go, oh no. Oh man, which one's my daughter? All right, I'm gonna just take this yellow afro home. Come on, let's go. Change the diaper. There's a penis here, oh come on. I need to trade this Lenny Kravitz Jr. for Elisa Bonet. Lenny Kravitz Jr. for Elisa Bonet. Thank you, sir. Daughter's amazing. She's so much fun. But that's the thing. She doesn't look like me. It's this weird, like, thing. So, like, if I'm at the playground with her, I have to make sure that we play right next to each other, because if she gets away from me, it's because I don't look like her, so then I'm just a black dude at the park looking at kids. Which can get us into a little bit of trouble. That's why when I go to the park, I don't mess around. I take her birth certificate, my birth certificate, my parents' birth certificates, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, everything back to the bill of sale. I'm not messing around, everybody. I'm not messing around. Oh, too soon for a slavery joke? Is that what it is? Too soon for a slavery joke. My daughter was born, she came out very pale. She was white. Like so white, my brother-in-law was like, what's happening? But she didn't stay that same color as when she was born. It's funny, she's getting a little darker as each day goes by. So now I'm having fun charting her color progress by using the cover of Michael Jackson CDs in reverse chronological order. She started out dangerous, then it was bad. Maybe we'll make it to Thriller, but it's never gonna be off the wall. Who am I kidding? It was like a couple years ago, Gabby Giffords, congresswoman, who was shot. That was horrible. But there was a good part of that we didn't focus on as a country long enough. The first person who was key in saving her life was a dude named Daniel Hernandez Jr. That dude was the key person in saving her life. Daniel Hernandez Jr. is a gay Latino, and for 2 weeks, Americans all over the country had to be happy about that, even though America hates gays and Latinos. Do you understand? But they had to be happy about it because he saved a white woman. As we know, that's America's most precious resource. You know what I'm saying? So for 2 weeks, America was like, yeah, a gay Latino saved a white lady. Yeah, that's so great. A gay Latino saved a white lady. As soon as I heard that, I was like, please be a Muslim, please be a Muslim, please. Yeah, a gay Latino Muslim saved a white lady. Yeah. What's that? Supports Obamacare. Yeah. God, it's so good. Wait, he believes in evolution. Yeah! Likes algebra. How white was that lady? That's my time, everybody. Good night.
W. Kamau Bell, ladies and gentlemen. That's our show. Please give it up for all the comedians that you saw tonight. And please join us again next time. Good night!